guys who don't put up with their BS, they call those guys controlling. They call them abusive. They call them toxic. They call them, you hate women. So men are saying, so you want me to be a leader, but then you're going to call me controlling and abusive. So men are doing the math and they're like, you know what? Rather than getting a false allegation against me and ruin my life, I'm not dealing with this. So men are like either getting on the plane, going to Brazil, Colombia, wherever they go, or men are just checking out from the relationships.
Because we don't like men that we can walk all over.
Correct.
True. Yeah. Like the nice guys, they're not actually nice. They're just trying to buy your attention with things instead of just being a masculine man.
Yeah, I don't know, because like my godfather, for example, he would lead, but my godmother would choose what he's gonna wear when they go out. Some men, that's like, no, what are you doing? But he's like, whatever.
It's different dynamics.
He doesn't take anything from me to put on the clothes she chose out for me in the wardrobe. But I realised that now, at my scenes, like, oh, he's a beta man or he's not a masculine man, but he definitely ran the household. But so did she. So maybe I've seen different dynamics happening.
Well, men and women have different roles in households. I mean,
100%.
I mean, some masculine men, they're not afraid to dish out responsibilities to women that they're good at. Like my parents ran a business together and my mom is very organized. My dad isn't. She did a lot of the organization type stuff, right? And like the finances. But at the end of the day, he's dishing out the responsibilities. She's not.
Yeah, but the issue is these days women look at that as slavery. You know, like women look at a man who tells her something to do. For example, in her case, she's saying the mom was better at organizing. So if the dad was like, hey, you know what, I really struggle with organizing, do you mind helping me organize with it, this ABCD? Some women would look at that as controlling and slavery. How dare you tell me what to do? But when it comes to paying the bills, she wants him to pay the bills. Because trust me, when women say they want to go 50-50 in a relationship, they're not talking about bills. No, they're talking about, I'm going to cook on Monday, my husband should cook on Tuesday. I'm going to take care of the kids on Wednesday, my husband should take care of the kids on Thursday. But when it comes to paying the bills, now you better be a man. Now you better be a leader. Now you're the man. You're a real man, pays all the bills. Now I don't want to go 50-50. Now how dare you let a woman pay bills? You feel me? So they pick and choose when they want a man to be a leader. They pick and choose when they want a man to be controlling. So when it comes to paying bills, they want a man who's controlling, who's toxic. I want you to be toxic, masculine, and pay all the bills. You know, I want you to tell me what to do by telling me not to pay bills. Then they can listen to a man.
He's the one saying what's happening. If there's a big move, he's the one making the decision. She's not. And that's part of, we talk about submission at times.
Did he ask for her opinion in making those decisions before making the...
Oh yeah. I mean, of course he's gonna, but she had to earn that. He didn't just off the bat ask for her opinion all the time.
How did she earn it?
How did she earn it? Loyalty and showing that she's competent.
And giving him peace, I imagine, as well.
Yeah. I mean, because my mom and dad went to different colleges, and basically my dad told my mom, you can either move to me or find a different boyfriend. And she moved to him, quit it, and then she ended up getting a teaching degree. She quit her teaching job to work for my dad and helped him build a multi-million-dollar business. They had 10 kids.
That's
but
very rare
in
to
modern day,
find.
they would say, don't take that risk for a man. It's only going to end up, don't quit your job for a man. It's only going to end poorly.
And it's funny, my dad would say a similar thing. My dad would say to my mum, or he said and tell us, is that I would see the bigger picture while she sees all the finer details. So everybody has their role to play within the system.
It's the cultures as well behind it. Like there's a lot of, I was with like a lot of Filipino people from like the older generation, and in their like culture, at least back in their day, was for the women as well, get an education first. If you was to get married before an education, the family would disown you because it's like one snap of a divorce and you've got nothing, and you've left us with nothing. In the
Filipino culture? Really? That's interesting. I don't know much about it.
I don't know about like all around that continent of Asia, but at least there, they said to me, education always comes first, and then when you have that education backed up, then you would go pursue maybe a relationship or whatever. Because if you left, especially with a woman, changing your last name, there's nothing there holding you as much towards them. So it really does depend on the culture with
Oh,
the
interesting.
presence with people. I don't know if you want to get a statistic, but
No,
like, yeah.
no. What I was looking
really-
up is when I want to see how westernized a country is, I
Yeah.
look at the average age of first marriage in a country. So one country I didn't realize was so westernized is Ireland. The average age of first marriage there is like 34 and 35. Because the more traditional it is, they get married younger.
Yeah.
Typically, is what I've seen. This is just anecdotal, but in the Philippines is 27 and 29. So I guess they're westernized too.
Are they now?
Yeah.
Well, at least the people I speak were much older. So I don't know if it was just because older
Okay.
times, like you said, your parents would have said something different because maybe in their times it was different. But I know now it's probably more.
Yeah, but the issue is, there is nothing wrong with people focusing on their careers and choosing that. Hey, listen, don't get married first. Just focus on your degrees and stuff like that. But the issue is, every time you focus on something, there's something else that gives. So if we focus, and especially for the ladies, because remember, when ladies focus on their careers and money, that's good, but it's good for them. Like, because you know how men say, I'm going to make this money, find me a nice girl, start a family, provide for my kids and stuff like that. Women usually, when they focus on the money and degrees, they are like, I'm independent. Independent of who? Of men. So it's not like they're making money to provide to find a husband and have kids and provide for the family. No, they're looking for money to be independent of men. So at the end of the day, obviously that is going to lead to, less marriages because they're focusing more on their careers. Because remember, relationships are a skill. So if the skill you have is becoming a lawyer, but you haven't developed or you are not taught the skills of a relationship with a man and woman and marriage and what it takes to hold up a marriage and the importance of marriage and the importance of staying together with a man or with a woman, guess what? The marriage rate is going to go lower. And guess what? The divorces are going to be higher because people can't communicate with each other. They can't tolerate each other because they were not taught the skill of relationships and being married to each other. Because we didn't make it a priority. We made education a priority. So the family is going to suffer. Like I said, if you focus more on one thing, something else is going to take a hit. So in the day we live in right now, in this day and age, relationships and marriages and family structures are taking a hit from chasing all the money and the independence that we want. But anyway, just shout out to Just Probably Things. Link down below to the channel.